Welcome back to Vermont Viewpoint. I'm Rick CENGERI. Don't forget, we're on Facebook Live this morning. Now, several years ago, I met a woman who couldn't stop raving about washers. Yeah, those round stainless steel things with a hole in the middle that a big bolt goes through. Why was she talking to me about industrial hardware? Well, it seems her family hosted a tournament every year where these metal discs were used in some bizarre lawn game. I attend it, I loved it, and I go back every non-COVID year for more. And for the sake of full disclosure, I actually should mention that I won the gold in 2019. Now, joining me is the coordinator and grand poobah of the International Washers Tournament, Michael INTERLANDI. Michael, welcome to Vermont Viewpoint.
It's good to hear from you, Rick. Your partner from 2019, Garrett Newton, had just got married to his fiancée from that time, so just want to relay that message to you.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you. We also have the International, who puts the International in the International Washers Tournament, the pride of Aberdeen, Scotland, and the scourge of the Cotswolds in England, Norman Hall. Norm, welcome to you as well.
Good morning, Rick. Nice to hear your voice again.
Lovely to hear your burr. Now, Michael, what exactly is this sport or game of washers?
So, washers is very similar to cornhole, and you have two opposing teams, and what they do is take these washers, which are 2.5 inches diameter, 1 inch diameter in the middle of the hole, and they throw these washers onto a board that is 1 foot by 4 feet long and 2 inches off the ground. And the holes are 4 inches holes, and the first hole is about 18 inches away from the front of the board and then 6 inches afterwards. And when you play, the first person throws all three of their washers, and they land either on the board or in one of the holes, and sometimes they don't land anywhere, so that doesn't count. But if it lands on the surface of a carpeted board, it's worth 1 point. If it lands in the first hole, it's worth 2 points. The second hole is worth 3 points, and the third hole is 4. So they throw their 3, then their opponent throws their 3. You add up their scores, and then you subtract the lower from the higher, and whoever had the more points, they get the difference. So if one team throws 2 points, the others throw 4. The team that threw 4 gets 2 points for that round. Mm-hmm. And then their partner then throws first, going back in the other direction, kind of like they do in cornhole.
Yeah.
We modified the rules through the years. We've now gone with you score 15 points exactly to win the game. And if you go over, like in darts, you bust, and then your score goes back to what you had previously before you threw more than 15 points.
Norm, how long have you been coming over to participate in the International Washers Tournament?
Well, we first came over, I think, in 2011, and we've been coming ever since, apart from COVID year. Yeah. And like yourself, I have won the gold medal on one occasion, 2013, and I certainly won't forgive you for beating me in the final in 2019.
Oh, right. Sorry, forgot about that. Now, Norm, are you only invited to the tournament to give it the international status, or do you have any other redeeming qualities?
Well, yes and no. I do have to bring the whiskey.
Oh, okay.
From the land of whiskey, no E.
That's right. Yeah, he's corrected me a number of times when I misspelled whiskey. Michael, how did you first learn about washers?
Well, back in 2003, I was still a physical education teacher for Burlington High School, and we wrote $1 million grant for the district, and part of it was I got to choose to go to a workshop somewhere in the country. So I chose St. Louis Obispo, Cal Polytech, and went to a PE conference out there. And in the morning, we'd go boogie boarding, surfing. Then all day we attend workshops, and then in the evening they would have recreational activities. So the first one I went to was pickleball, and I got to the semifinals, and I met the only other Vermonter out there, Angie Sosi from South Burlington, and she defeated me quite handily. So I was like, okay, what am I going to do next? And I looked on the program, and there's this thing that said Washers Tournament about a quarter mile away. So I sprinted over, and they just were getting ready to start. And there was a man from Kodiak, Alaska, who was looking for a partner. And he said, "Oh, you want to partner up?" And we did. And we ended up beating the 5-time champions from Tennessee who ran the tournament. So I was like, it was so much fun. So I brought back the plans and the boards. And then in 2007, we decided, let's just run a little tournament like they did out in California. In our first year, we had 10 of us. And our first winners were Judy Tiplady and Bob Tiplady. And we've been going strong ever since. And this year we're going to have 64 competitors. There were 70, but things come up with COVID and other things, so we're going with 64 tomorrow.
Oh, congratulations. I'm actually going to be participating. Norm, congratulations, too, on that 2013 gold medal, although that is ancient history now. But what else is going on during the day of the tournament that makes it an event that you hate to miss?
Well, fortunately, Michael, being a friend of mine, always pairs me with a nice-looking young lady. That's one thing I look forward to.
Of course.
And the other things all involve eating, drinking, and being naughty.
That's right. That is, I think, part of the tradition. Now, Norm, have you been the Johnny Appleseed of washers in the UK, spreading the game from John O'Groats to Penzance?
I'm afraid I haven't. I live in the Cotswolds in the Malvern Hills, as you know, and there's nowhere flat enough to play washers.
It does require a flat surface of at least a few yards, and if you don't have it, the game just is not the same. Michael, does any parimutuel wagering take place during the course of the tournament?
If there is, I'm not aware of it. I do know that there's a little bragging that goes on amongst the spouses, especially if the wife wins. The husband never hears the end of it. And put that out before Norm won his gold medal. His wife, Eve, won the year before.
Oh,
so
that's right.
Pressure was on him.
That is correct. And so the Tip ladies have been, good winners, but the Chutter family has got to be the first family of washers. Tell us about their history at the International Washers Tournament.
So Bob Chutter is, we even named one of the throws where you put one in the 2-hole, the 3-hole, and the 4, and we call that doing a chutter. And right. Bob and his wife Karen were both engineers, so I think they have an advantage of reading angles and doing so forth, but their son has done as well, and their daughter has, so they're a very competitive family, and they just bring in that magic touch. I think the Force is strong in them, like Luke Skywalker. So they're Jedi Knights.
And they like to drink whiskey too.
Well, that makes them even more special. And it's a double elimination tournament. Michael is juggling this entire thing all day long, telling people where they need to go, who they're playing. It's really incredible to watch how he orchestrates it all. Norm, what kind of training have you been doing this year in preparation for the tournament?
I'm up to 3 press-ups now. At one time.
At one time.
On a daily basis.
Yes, of course.
And my new spectacles are tuned right into the 4-hole.
Okay, don't hurt yourself getting ready. Michael, what do the winners receive?
They win great honor. They get a gold medal in the form of a washer, and we also have silver and bronze. We also have this one winner was really excited one year, and he donated us a trophy. And on the backside it says, Reverend Harris, something about doing something good at Christmas in 1928. And that person was McVick CENGERI. So we now have every year's winner posted on there, the teams that won, and they get prestige that way.
Excellent. Michael Interlandi and Norman Hall.
Well, I wanted to also point out
sure.
that my wife Janice she does all the behind-the-scene organizing, communicating with everyone, putting on a good food spread, and just makes people giggle and have a good time. And I think that's the beauty of it, is we all have fun. Tomorrow's a good weather forecast, so that makes it even stronger, and it's just good fun in Vermont.
Brilliant point there, Michael. Everyone smiles all day long. It's like nothing you've ever attended. And when you show up throughout the day, everything feels effortless. And I'm glad you mentioned Janice, because that behind the scenes makes this day go off so easily. Michael Interlandi and Norman Hall are members of the International Washers Tournament Hall of Fame. Gentlemen, good luck tomorrow.
Thank you. Looking forward to seeing you.
Looking forward to it.
And I hope Rick wraps himself up in that Scottish flags and runs around with a big smile tomorrow.
I usually do. We'll be right back to visit the